Everyone. Welcome to the weekly All Signs messages. This is going to be kind of like whatever comes out, but the intention is always what you most need to hear right now. One quick announcement: if you want to meet your own spirit guide and start your own spiritual journey, as well as master the law of attraction, I put together a free meditation to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters, as well as I put together a free mini manifesting course. I will put the timestamps and the link to those free little gifts in the comments down below. But let's jump straight to Aries. What does Aries need to hear this week? Ooh, Aries, 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 Aries. Aries, you're going through a lot, man. You got 3 major arcana cards. So the Val, you're definitely crossing a threshold into a new way of living life. And this is one of those changes where it's like that internal shift. You have that internal shift, and you either then get that like different outer world result, or you have that internal shift and you just see the world differently. Um, okay, so that shift is going on. Hold on, the cards want me to rearrange them. There we go. Okay, that's your reading. Okay, so you're going through that shift. And okay, so for those of you Aries who are wondering, like, why is this one manifestation taking so long? Why is this one so hard? It's because it was your karma. And my definition of karma is that's the lessons that like your soul came down in this lifetime to learn. So, when you've like kind of picked up some things quickly, whether it be math, spiritual stuff, accounting, there's just something that you picked up easily. That's something that a previous lifetime your soul came down and like learned that already. Um, so this manifestation, the reason why it's so hard is because it's your soul's first time learning how to do this. Um, okay, the message from like your kind of soul right now though is that you're a little bit distracted. You're not focusing positively on the expansion you're going through. And guys, anytime I use the word expansion, with expansion, there's always contrast. Contrast is anything low vibe. So it's as if you're trying to avoid the bad feelings for what it is you want to just get happy, happy, high vibe. The problem with that is if you're avoiding, I don't want to say the pain of the growth, because growth doesn't have to be painful, but if you're avoiding feeling any negative emotions, right? Here's high vibe, low vibe. If you're avoiding feeling any of these, nope, I'm not going to feel that. You like also shrink the top. So that's why like you can't, if you're like manifesting a relationship and you're not like, oh my God, of course I want this person in. We're going to be kissing, we're going to be making out, we're going to be going on dates. I'm going to have someone to cook for. I'm going to have someone to be cuddling every night. Like if you're not like oh my God, that feels so good. Of course I want that. Like you're not in alignment of it yet. And if you're not able to tap on those higher vibes, it's likely there's some lower vibe emotions that you're just trying to like ignore. So like let's just go with the theme of a relationship. If you are manifesting a relationship or an improved one, that's where you're like you could be ignoring, I don't feel worthy enough, I don't feel good enough. You could be ignoring feeling maybe I don't think I'm a good partner. Um, so just know that. That's why it's taking so long. And what can help speed it along is if you're okay, I'm willing and open, universe, to feel anything I need to feel to get me into a place of being in alignment, of receiving this with warmth and receiving this with good. Because that's when you're in alignment and manifestations come quickly. When you're like, I know that's going to feel good. Show me what I need to do to get there. It does. I do think. Oh, interesting. You're gonna get there because you got the Phoenix card, which like literally the Phoenix, rise from the ashes. So it's like you're gonna get your growth, okay? But your fear is coming out. Your fear is the wanderer. So your fear is like, how do I word this to you? Your fear is you're not going to have the fun of single life. You're not going to have the fun of that like responsibility free days. So there's just a little bit of a fear of responsibility, and there's a little bit of a fear of, but what if I get in a relationship and we divvy up the roles and that one Sunday I'm so tired and I can't cook? Okay, so I'm going to lovingly do to you what my uncle did to me when I said a fear similar to him. He just laughed and went, he's like, oh my God, I would all the time have to tell your aunt to come take a break and like just watch TV with me. He's like, instead of watching TV on your own, you're just gonna be watching TV with someone. And so guys, it's just like, what would you do when you're single and you were too tired to feel like cooking? You would order out, right? So all that means now is you're ordering out for two people instead of one. But the beauty of it is it's two competent adults. So it's not like you're going to be picking up tabs, right? Or if you do, they'll get it the other time. So you're just going to do what you would do if you were single, but with someone, you know? Okay, well, I hope that helped, Aries. Let's go on to Taurus. Hey, Taurus, if you would like to meet your spirit guide or master the law of attraction, I put together a free gift down below in the comments. I'll put it in the same comment as the timestamps one. A free meditation taking a journey to the Temple of the Masters, as well as a free mini manifesting course where I break down all 5 steps of law of attraction for you. So just click the link, enter your name and email, and I'll get that emailed out to you. Okay, Taurus, your message this week. Oh, well, your message this week is like, honestly, like you're coming back alive. It's gonna be the start of a spark. And I'm not like, you're out of the thick of it. You're out of the bad. Okay. This is the week where you're starting oh, this is what I get to enjoy about my life. Oh, this is what I get to enjoy about the move. Oh, this is what I get to enjoy about this job. Like, so you're just kind of getting that spark back. And the shortest way to say this message, Taurus, is like, don't even worry, focus, or think about your love life right now. Don't try to be fixing anything with a past person. Don't try to be manifesting one. It's like, put your focus on your money, because it's something about you're really going to love making more money. Yeah. You got the make more money card clarified by the magician card. Like you making that more money, and it's like crossing into a different income threshold. And it's okay. How do I word this to you? Because I don't want to encourage like bad spending habits, right? You're leaving being frugal to like prove and justify why you've got a good money situation, and you're like entering into the no, these are the things that I value, so these are the things that I spend money on. These things I don't value, so I'm frugal AF in those areas. Like it's kind of like you need to graduate your income thing, because right now there's just been a frugal all around. Fine, you got whatever you got, good job, you know. But now it's about like what's going to help you in your love life is when you get your money up enough, you're going to feel a little bit more freer and looser to like spend in the ways that you value money. So some people value looking good, right? Some might go, oh yeah, I get my hair done, I go to the spa, I buy fancy creams. And then, but they're like, oh no, I don't like cars, I don't care about. So yeah, I got the cheapest Toyota Fit, Honda Fit, whatever. I got the cheapest car because I don't care about cars. The other people are like, no, I value cars. So they're like, most of my disposable income goes towards my car. Now I don't care about nice furniture, you know? So it's, once you find that these are the things I value, this is where I spend my money, and like, you know, you allow yourself to like light up, like, oh my God, no, I love spiritual growth. Like I buy the mastermind and I always get myself a one-on-one every month, and ooh, they just make me feel so good. I get so much clarity from them. Like when you're speaking with that enthusiasm, yeah, I spend money here. I like blah, 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 blah. The person's going to get an inside scoop of like, oh wow, this person really values fine dining. This person really values clothes. This person really values education. So focus on growing your money and likely your business, and then be willing to come alive when your income gets increased. I don't think that's all going to happen in 1 week, guys, by the way. Like, it's your weekly message, but it's a focus on your money, focus on growing your business, increase it, because it's going to help you come alive and like easily attracting partners who are aligned with what you're aligned with. Like, think about it. If you're like right now, um, I value deep emotional connections with people. Well, guess what? Like, if you're being frugal, you're not going to be spending money on like personal development workshops, or you could go meet someone in person. Hmm? Not saying you should do that, follow the guidance of your own inner being, but if you're like, oh, I want to meet someone who's in shape, are you spending money like going to the gym? And like, are you buying the nicer gym? All right, Taurus, I hope that helped. Let's go to Gemini. What does Gemini need to hear this week? And Gemini, if you were looking for spiritual growth, I put together a free meditation so you can meet your own spirit guide. The link to that will be in the comments with the timestamps in it. Gemini, what are you going through? So the little bit of the balance between feeling good, feeling better, feeling very optimistic, life's getting better, I know how to enjoy the small things in life, to the maybe depressed, hopeless, deflated, like, oh, I went to the gym for 3 days, I feel really, really good, and then followed by like 2 days of, I don't want to get off the couch. That back and forth, know that it's because there's some repressed anger in there. And I was like, one way to get anger out that I found really good, you got to somatically release anger. Is it called like bilateral stimulation? Or, just the music that does like a beep, 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 like a beep in both headphones. I think that's what that music's called, bilateral stimulation. Play that, get an ad-free one if you're watching it on YouTube, or pay for the upgraded YouTube so you don't got to worry about that. And then just like set a timer for only 20 minutes and then journal out, I hate this, I hate that. And, at some point, you're going to hit a point where you just start crying and you release that. That's one way to release anger. But definitely set the timer for 20 minutes. And what happens after 20 minutes, if you get your cry good, if you feel like there's more in there, set another session for a different day. If you do it for 20 minutes and you don't get your cry, you probably just going to have to do it a couple times. Yeah. Okay. And so some of the anger, it looks like probably a childhood wound, not necessarily, but it stems from like when you were at a stage of powerless and you had no control. You had to act like you like doing things that you didn't want to do. But now that you're older, you've done it so long, you forgot that that's why you're mad, type of a situation. So you're just mad all the time because you forgot that. If you do that journaling, you'll release it. And you're like, oh my God, I am mad. My dad would always make me do that every single Sunday. And that sucked so bad. I didn't get to go play with the kids. I feel like I missed out. And then you'll have your cry and you'll release it. Oh, I forgot to mention, set the timer for 20 minutes. Just do it once. And then you want to like get up and move your body a little bit. That's something I learned from grief counseling. You want to like get in your fills for 20 minutes, fill it all the way, let it out. Once the timer goes off, you want to train yourself that you're like moving on and starting something new. So it's like, even if you just get up and walk up and down the block and back, like that would be enough. But I ideally you could like go to the gym or like go to work or like go to a friend's house, like something that will distract your mind for a while and start building the new neural pathways. So yeah, kind of like there's just a little bit of a struggle of like being willing to let go of control, but because if you don't have control, then you're going to have to do something you don't want to do. So you're like, no, I'd rather have control. But that can, like, if this is a relationship read for you, that can look like you coming down a little too hard on your current partner. Like, no, I told you I will never do that in a relationship. Well, if you're doing that because that's a boundary, then that's just authenticity and that's a good thing. But if you're doing it because someone from your past, and it's not a boundary for you, it's not a moral, self-sacrificing thing, then like you're actually just not being emotionally available for the person who's currently in your life right now. Um, okay, because it kind of looks like while you have this like repressed emotion in there, you're not going to have the brain space to form a full strategy to get what it is you want. Like the thing that's starting to make you feel happy and good, but then you like flip to the other side. You need to release that anger so that you can then go have that like, that epiphany divine download where you go, oh my God, that's my plan to get there. That's interesting, Gemini. Comment below. I'm curious. All right, let's go to Cancer now. What does Cancer need to hear this week? And Cancer, if you are ready to meet your spirit guides, I put together a free meditation that I will link to in the comments below. And I also put together a free mini manifesting course. So do them both, do one. Those options are down below for you in the comment section. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, you kind of have a theme going on, and it's pretty much like a theme of learning to enjoy life better and like allow love and friendship and companionship in. That's a theme, and that's definitely being continued this week for you. And it's almost as if your message is don't get too intentional about here's how I'm going to increase my social life. Because what can happen is you'll be like, okay, on Mondays, I'm going to start going to this trivia group. On Tuesdays, I'm going to start going to this gun group. On Wednesday, I'm going to go to this workout group. On Thursday, I'm going to do this. And then you're going to be just doing. And you'll be like, okay, see, I've got an active social life. I do this on Monday, this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday. But you're going to like miss the enjoyment of it. So yes, it's good to like have a plan and a strategy and a goal and like how are you going to get there, But like a different way to approach that might be, okay, I'm looking to increase my social life. I'm looking to be around people who are cool, that are fun, that are interesting, that are expanding, that are, intellectually stimulating. I enjoy their company. I'm looking to be doing things that I enjoy that feel good doing them. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go to these 5 meetup groups, and I'm going to commit to going to all of them for like 3 weeks. So at the end of 3 weeks, I'm going to evaluate which ones uplifted me, which ones downlifted me, which ones were neutral. Definitely kick out the ones that felt negative or bad or drained you. Definitely do the ones that uplifted you. The neutral ones, you can decide, did I like it? Did I not? Do I want to cycle in a couple different groups in there? Like just be willing to have a plan, but allow it to be morphed based on your enjoyment of it. And it's like once you start adding in that just element of I want to enjoy what I'm doing, the people I'm with, what I'm doing, that you're going to go through like a little mini rebirth and an epiphany of life that's really going to help you enjoy life more. Yeah, just know there's a little part of you that's having a hard time letting go of this control in your social life, Cancer. Because it's like you're making this last stand about, I don't even think you're aware of this, to be honest, but it's no, the way I've been living life is like what's gold, is the golden rule, is how life should be lived. And like this tends to happen for people, when you're born into whatever family situation you're born into, and sometimes you're born into an environment, we call it like learning from contrast. Contrast just means anything that feels bad. So it's like oh, my parents are broke, starving artists. Here's what I like about that life. Oh my God, here's why I don't like it. When I'm older, this is how I'm going to run and do my life. And And so then you get there, you're making the more money, you're enjoying everything you would have liked about it, but then you got to be willing to be open to, okay, here's what I like about like earning more money and what I've got going on. But you got to be open to expanding again, right? Because is that called the pendulum? I forgot. You know the thing where it has like ropes and the balls? You pick up, I'm giving the wrong example. Hold on. I think I actually am talking about like just a pendulum, one side or the other. Over here you're like, whoa, growing up dirt broke sucks. I'm gonna go over here. Like that's what you do. This is what like almost all kids do in first world countries. And then we're like, no, I'm happy, right? I'm happy. And you're like, I'm not going that way because I remember that sucked. But like, guys, there's the middle. There's here. There's here. You don't need to be. So all you did is you swung to the opposite side from your childhood. Now it's about just be willing to go somewhere in here. But that's why it's kind of like you're still trying to follow that structure, that rigor, because you're like, no, I didn't have structure and rigor and plans and strategy when I was little, and it sucked. So now, and I'm a lot happier now. But now you're just loosening up a little bit. Instead of going to 100, you're going to 80%. Okay, I hope that helped, Cancer. Let's go to Leo. What does Leo need to hear this week? And Leo, I'm feeling called to shuffle the cards. If you are looking to meet your spirit guide, want to go on your little spiritual growth journey there, I put together a free meditation for you that I will link to in the bottom, in the comments, and also put together a free mini manifesting course. So if you want either of those, just look down below there. Aw, Leo. Okay, Leo, I don't know why I'm getting so excited for you. Okay. Well, you're coming full circle on a love lesson in your life. Look at this. This is the lesson complete card. And look at it. Two little lovebirds hugging. Um, so, whatever you've been going through the last, I'd say a little bit, at least 2 to 3 weeks, you're kind of like coming full circle. It's something like, whoa, that wasn't worth it. But like now that I know that, now I can go, I don't want to use the word commit, but it is what's coming to my mind. It's almost as if you like tested something and you're like, that did not make me happy, but I'm glad I did that because now I know I could commit to this. And it may not be love related. I think it is. This card is definitely giving off energy of love. But like an example for you guys, growing up, like I always knew I was a city girl. Like I love fine dining. I love city life. I love going to art classes. I love going to art gallery openings. I love going to plays. Like I'm a city girl. I loved it. But I always in the back of my mind had that nostalgic view of living off the land, being a farmer, being self-sustainable. Okay, yeah, I went and volunteered at someone else's homestead commercial farm. So it was like a legit operation. It was just a homestead version, so not like I wasn't out having to stand out in the field all day. I had little 4-hour work shifts twice a week. So it was very pampered, okay? Yeah, I realized after doing that for 2 years, I was like, that was great. That was fun. I was like, dear God, that's not me. And then I was like, what the fuck, I'm a city girl. But like, I knew it all along. Okay. So the reason why I share that story though, is because it was kind of highlighting, I knew what I liked all along, which that is technically what a boundary is. It's a personal preference. It's a definition. This is who I am. I like strawberry ice cream. I like strawberry ice cream is a boundary because it's a preference that like signifies who you are. So when you're in that place of like, no, you won't do this to me, that's a boundary. That's like the opposite of a boundary. That's like holding up a wall. When a boundary is, this is who I am, this is what I invite in. So it's kind of like I know I could be a little player. I just prefer being in a relationship. Or I know I could go make a lot of money and go do XYZ. But I actually really prefer just teaching kids how to read books. Like that's how I enjoy spending my time. Because then what happens when someone tries to ask you to do something that you know is a no to you, when you're so firm in your boundaries, what you like doing, your preferences, you're like, whoa, no, I got to do this. I go towards this. This is what I say yes to. So you don't even like have room for the no's in your life. When someone's like, "Oh, I want to go do this," you're like, "Oh man, I got to get my head right to go make my YouTube video." You see how? I hope that makes sense what boundaries are. Um, so you kind of just went through this lesson of like, that's a no, but I now feel ready. So you're ready to commit to something, whether it's love or a city life, like in my example. Okay. But it looks like right now, okay, tell me more about this card. Oh, interesting. Tell me more about that card. Oh, well, you made the choice. You were surrounded by options. You just had multiple different choices and options. And it looks like you picked a path that took you back to an old way of living life. And but when you did it that time, it felt good. It felt right. It was in alignment. You liked it. So you were looking back like, oh yeah, I was happy then. I should do that again. But like in reality, when you tried it this time at this age that you're at, maybe this age or this stage of life or this geographic region, um, you kind of thought being surrounded by more would like make you feel more loved. I almost want to say and like give you more leverage, but it didn't. Instead, you just kind of felt left out in the cold. Never had enough really energy to keep up with it all, never was able to go in deep enough with it. And like you're kind of tired of the exits, but you used to be fueled by the new. So like I guess there's an example I could give you is like, instead of taking one full-time job on, you're like, no, I'm gonna take three part-time jobs. And since I know my skills are a little high demand, they'll all be like offering me extra money to make sure I take their job first. But then one went, you know what, forget it. I want a full-time employee, not a part-time employee. So that one went away. And you were like, oh, now I gotta go find another one. Um, so you thought it'd be better, but instead you just realized like, when you go into the office for that part-time job, you're like, oh, they're all having a company lunch. Oh, I'm not invited because I'm a part-time worker. So you never got that like fully included feeling. You felt a little standing out in the cold. Um, okay, but what is this hopefulness about? Oh, for whatever reason though, the choice you made definitely got you feeling hopeful about love. And I almost want to say hopeful about love and hopeful about a rekindling with someone. Um, and then the last little bit of this message for you is that whatever you had to go through that you discovered you didn't like, it's definitely got you like feeling passionate about like life, yes, but like about love. And I think you're starting to realize that like love and like love and relationships is a top, I'll say priority. I don't say priority for you because I don't think it's a priority for you, but I think you're just starting to realize like how precious and valuable it is. You know, like you can get anyone to go on a date with you, and that's cool if you got 10 dates in 2 weeks. But like, how many of those dates were someone that you would want to wake up to the next morning, or that you would want to take home to mom and dad, or that you would actually want to go on vacation with? So it's like not only are you recognizing the value of relationships, I think you're also starting to like value your time more. Like, I could spend my time doing that, but that would just be me doing something to fill the time, not because I like it. All right, let's go to Virgo. Spirit, what does Virgo need to hear this week? And Virgo, if you were looking to meet your spirit guide, I put together a free meditation down below to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters so that you could do just that. I also put together a free mini manifesting course for you. So if you want to understand all 5 steps to law of attraction, that's in the comments down below as well. Oh, hey Virgo, this is definitely one of the better reads for you because you guys have had a theme about starting to like open up to recognizing the value of relationships and that you have to be willing to like be a little bit more, not be a team player, but I just remember a lot of your reads the last months have been about opening up to love and being willing to do more to make your partner feel special and good and put in more energy than you used to in the past. But this one, you got the happy home contented life. You've got the prosperity card. So it's almost as if you've gotten a new view on like how to, it's like you've come to terms with like, okay, I get it. If I want to be in a relationship, if I want steady companionship, I've got to keep the other person happy. And so, the thing about women that always annoys me is XYZ. And now you've just been hit a point where you're like, oh, I know how to deal with that now and handle that now. Okay, I can do this. So you're making great progress on your journey to allow in like consistent, steady companionship into your life. But it looks like your fear is like you just don't want to be disappointed and let down again. What I can say is I know when we're all like in our 20s, we all kind of make that mistake of like being gung ho and going all out and putting our energy in and like, oh, okay, like if this is love, then I'm going to travel and come see you all the time. It's worth the effort, and then you're like 6 months in, maybe 2, 3 years in, and you're like, wait a second, why am I always the one coming to visit them? Why am I always the one planning and bringing the fun? And then when you're like, hey, I'd actually love it if you came to visit me this time, babe, they're like, no. What are we talking about? And they're like, I was just enjoying the inbound attention. You're like, what? You know what I mean? It's like when we're younger, we're just like, I'll put the energy in, I'll put the effort in, let's go, let's do this. And I think like what a lot of people do that I've seen with my clients, that they then like swing all the way to the other side where like, I'm not going to put any energy or effort in until I know that they like me for sure. But so this is where you move into what I call like the second third of your life, is where you realize the value of doing, achieving accomplishment. But instead of being like gung ho and doing it for anything, you're just more intentional about who, where, how you spend your time. So it's like I'm willing to invest energy in, but obviously I love it when it's reciprocated. That's the only time it's fun for me, because then you're going to swing to the other side and you're going to put other people in the chasing side, and that's still unhealthy. You're just like quote unquote on the more powerful position in that dynamic. But like, by the way, guys, the person who does the chasing, they can stop chasing at any time. And then you're like left confused with like, what? I thought I was the one in power here. But so just know that you've got that fear about being disappointed again, let down again, and know that it's now just like you're wiser now. So like I'm willing to put an energy and effort in because I want a beautiful relationship. And I'm also going to make sure it's someone who also wants a relationship, is willing to put an energy. I want the long-term vision to make sure we're working for the same goal together. So you just got to like vet people a little bit more now, but you don't want to be in that you don't want to swing to the pendulum. You don't want to get in the middle where it's like a tit for tat. Like I did this, you do that, right? Like you're just going to learn to have that ebb and flow. Oh yeah, I'm giving more right now. Her sister is in the hospital. I get it. I got to do a little bit more. Oh, now my baby's doing more. Oh, hey, now it does just feel like we're good on a team. Oh, I'm doing a little bit more right now because she's doing XYZ for the kids. Oh, God, thank God she's such a team player and she's doing it all right now. So you're just kind of like, you're learning that, Virgo. Just imagine. Um, all right, Virgo, I hope that helped. Hold on. Someone else wants to come out for this happiness card. Oh. You're having to like burn down an old image of yourself. Like you've got to let an old image of yourself burn out. Maybe you're like oh no, I never call first. I always let the guy do all the work. Well, guess what? If you're 50 now, you can either keep that image of you and keep living on the laurels of your success of the past, or you could burn that image down and go, all right, I do love feeling pursued. I love it, universe. Let me know when it's a man worth putting energy and effort in, because then I will. So I'm not even asking a lot out of you guys. I'm just asking a little bit. Or like maybe it was your glory days and you were like that guy who, haha, girls always come and travel and see me. Now you've got to let go of that because like it's not that you're like any less powerful now, it's that you're at a different point of attraction right now, a different vibrational stance within your body. You used to be just about like attracting in, feeling powerful, feeling chaste, but now that you're like, wait, I want a relationship, you're vibrating differently, which means you're going to be attracting in different people. You're not going to be attracting in those people who will come and travel and do everything for you. So you got to let go of that image. You got to let go of that old way it was done so that the new way can kind of emerge. And I think that's just like a little, everyone has a hard time swallowing their pride, their ego, right? Um, so you're just having to like either swallow your pride or your ego a little bit right now to get like kind of an updated image of like who you are and how you contribute to the relationship. But like once you do that, well, tune in next week, because that's kind of a lot for you already to go through in a week. You guys, now I do go live Monday through Thursday, like on here on YouTube for free with free mini reads. If you want more help, you can come hang out then, Virgo. All right, let's go to Libra. Libra, what does Libra need to hear? And Libra, if you are looking to meet your own spirit guides or master the law of attraction, check out the comments down below. I put together a free meditation to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters to meet your spirit guides. I also put together a free mini manifesting course explaining all 5 steps of the law of attraction. So you'll just click the link, you'll enter your name and email, and I'll get that straight to your inbox. Okay, this was Libra. You're wanting to create something new because you're either tired of the same old, or you're just worried that your life is going to get boring. Not that life will get boring, but you're just like, I don't want this to be as good as it gets. Like, I want more. So you want to be like, there's just something you're trying to grow creatively in right now. Okay, but like, so your messages, right? Here's like I don't want to get stagnant in life. I don't want to get boring. I'm trying to be creative. But like, what you need to hear this week is that it's something about the way you're approaching it is like a little mischievous. Just a little bit of mischief in there. Instead of, universe, I'm looking to get my life a little more poppin', a little more energy going, a little bit more sense of adventure, like just more stuff to do. But the thing is, when you have that little bit of mischief energy when you're creating, especially trying to be creatively, well, it can backfire. Because it can be drama producing instead of creative productive producing, right? Because if it's like you could just be stirring the pot and drama, and like, I guess like someone's coming to mind right now is if you're like a little bored and want to spice things up a little bit, maybe you'll like, oh, I heard so and so was on a date with someone last night. And then it gets to the rumor mill, and then it gets to the person dating the person, and then you're being entertained by their like fight. Okay, but the problem with that is that you're not actively creating something productive in your life. You're creating a fleeting, one-time, entertaining thing for you, while at the same time messing up 2 other people's lives, all for momentary, short-term satisfaction on your behalf. So I guess like, not saying you're doing that drama story told, but however you're approaching it is it's going to be like a short-term, one-time, look at this one-time thing I created. Instead, you got to approach it for, I'm looking to be more engaged in life. So view it as a longer term thing to manifest. I'm looking for something that I'm passionate about, a skill that I want to develop, a hobby that I really want to get into, something I can like deep dive in and like build a skill on. Like that's what's going to get you the longer term satisfaction that you're looking for. All right, so let's go to Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to hear this week, Spirit? And Scorpio, if you want to meet your spirit guides, I put together a free meditation down below to take you on a journey to Temple of Masters so that you can meet them. I also put together a free mini manifesting course that explains all 5 steps of law of attraction. That's also down below. You just click the link, enter your name and email, and I'll send those free gifts straight to your inbox. Okay, so Scorpio. Something's going on with something to do with a relationship in your life, whether it's companionship or like your lover, you know? Okay, that one's card saying it's going brighter. You're seeing the cheery things of life. It's being brighter, it's going well. You're feeling included for sure. Because you got the soulmates cards here. Then you got the chaotic card here. So it's as you're deepening this connection, don't worry about the chaos that's being spun up. Because there's like right now, you're like, wait, is this just chaos because I'm expanding, or is this like chaos out of alignment drama? Chaos out of alignment drama is when there's tension between you and the other person. Are they cheating on me? Are they this? Are they that? When there's like an uptick of energy within you that just can kind of sometimes feel overwhelming, but you like know they're not doing anything, that's you just resisting the expansion. Okay, let me give you an example. I lived alone for a very long time. So then when I went and stayed with family for a while, that first week where I had someone there all the time, I was like, oh my God, this is like a little overwhelming. That's what this card's talking about. They weren't doing anything wrong. They weren't being drama. They weren't being toxic. They weren't being unhealthy. I just wasn't used to being around people that often. After the first week, then I got used to it. And now I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to go back to living alone. I don't want to live alone. This is better with people here. I may not get as much brain space, but this is better with people around. So just know that that like uncomfort feeling right now is coming from like you're getting used to something new. All right, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to hear? And Sagittarius, if you want to meet your own spirit guide or master law of attraction, check out the comments below because I put together a free mini manifesting course breaking down all 5 steps of law of attraction. And I also put together a free meditation to take you on a journey to Temple of the Master so you can meet your own spirit guides. So just click the link, enter your name and email, and I'll send it straight to your inbox. Okay, Sagittarius. Okay, so whatever it is that you want and that you're going for in life, it's worth protecting, meaning keep going after it. Like it's worth protecting, it's worth focusing on it. It's worth allowing yourself to be excited about it and going after it and in the receiving of it, despite what else is going on around you. Because I think like whatever it is you're going for, it's creating some like rocky times around you. And in that case, like the advice there is you don't need everyone on board. You don't need to tell everyone what it is you're doing. Some people you do, obviously, right? Especially if they're in a close relationship with you. You got to respect them. It's kind of like you don't need to tell the whole world what you're doing. Okay. And another part in here is that, like, what is you're going for? It wasn't as simple as I'm going to take these classes and then get this certificate. It was more, here's the steps of what I got to do to get there. But like right now, it's requiring a lot of expansion out of you. And that means like, it's a spirit plane. So this means you're still at the place of like getting the download of the new you. You know, like there's the employee and then there's the manager. and then there's the manager, and then there's the director, and there's the director, and then there's the VP. Each different level requires a different consciousness to do it properly and to do it well. And you got to like view work differently. You got to view being paid differently, you know? Like maybe when you're an employee, you're like, oh man, yeah, my boss is just mean. He makes me work overtime, or he's mean. He wants to give me overtime. He's just always like cutting my hours by a little bit. And then once you get to the manager level, then you're like, oh, I understand now why previous managers did that. That's how you got to view it. And now you got to be okay with sometimes knowing the employees are going to think you're the evil manager. So it's kind of like you got to go through that up level. But like what happened, and it's like that already feels rocky, right? Anytime you're going through an internal shift like that to view the world differently, to view yourself differently, that's rocky already. But I think you went and told a lot of people about what it is you're going for, and just not everyone's being supportive of it. So it's just like added drama. So know that it's cut the fat. Whoever doesn't really matter, just stop talking to them, stop telling them, you know. So limit the outside drama if they're not important and they're not in your inner circle. And like just know that whatever you're going for is definitely worth protecting. All right, let's go to Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to hear this week? And Capricorns, if you are looking to meet your own spirit guide, I put together a free meditation to take you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters. And I also put together a free mini manifesting course where I explain all 5 steps of law of attraction. The link to that will be down below. You just click it, enter your name and email, and it'll get sent straight to your inbox. Wow, Capricorn, you got 3 major arcana cards. So you're definitely stepping up to some leadership in your life. There's some area of your life where you're stepping up to leadership, you're taking more control, you're taking more command of it. You're just like stepping up, getting it done. It is requiring you to like let go of control. And so for some of you, you're going to be like literally letting go of control to like maybe let someone else come in, step up and get it done. And you'll walk in and be like, well, that's not how I would have done it, but you know, this is a good job. This is how it got done. I do think it's requiring a little bit of spiritual expansion out of you, though. Well, let me read this one card really quick. Okay. You're stepping up. You're taking leadership. You're taking command. Good job. Keep doing that, okay? Know your next 1, 2, 3 steps ahead of you, which might be like finish the book. No trying to get in your head about like, well, who's going to be my stage manager? Who's going to be my peer? Don't try to figure out anything besides the immediate action right now, because that's what you're giving up control. And it might be Oprah. You might bump into Oprah when you have your finished published book and you haven't been doing any peer on who like she like skims it really quick and goes, oh my God, let me read this book. She reads it and goes, this is the best thing ever. Let me get you in on my book club. Can I interview you? Oh, you're launching your book for the first time? Even better, right? So it's kind of like be content with what it is you're focusing on right now, and know that whatever it is that you're like stepped up into leadership, like it's kind of like just a warm congratulations and encouragement from the universe. You're being supported, you're being encouraged, you're being applauded. Like, good job. It took a lot of bravery to get to that point. Okay. Well, as a fellow Capricorn, thank you, universe, for that encouragement. I would have liked a little more fun read. Let's go on to Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to hear? Oh, interesting. Aquarius, you're on the path to more emotional fulfillment. You're just kind of like a little bit balanced right now between like an uptick for one to do something really fun, but then also like, I don't know if I want to commit myself. But there's also some like old patterns. It is the card that people can call toxic, okay? But like you're in the middle between this like want to do something really good, fun and healthy, and I'm just going to go do these like toxic things. So it's kind of like this back and forth thing. So just know that it's okay to be feeling exhausted and tired right now. It's okay to feel a little confused. There's a little part of you that's having a hard time letting go of like the old ways because you've been like, no, but that's what life is. Life is like that. So there's just a little bit of a staunch of like, no, this is how I've always been doing it. It's hard for me to let go of it. Um, all I can tell you, your message is that getting happier, seeing how to be better, old ways, new way, old way. But the message is just you're leading towards more emotional fulfillment. Let me pull one more clarifying card. Oh, it's like you're going to get some clarity of like, I can't do it the old way anymore. Here's why. And then you're going to like hit some enlightenment period where you're like, oh. And then you're going to be like, oh, I enjoy life better. So it's going to be like you just kind of like drop the old topic the old way and then poof, your life, you're just like, oh, I enjoy life now. Okay, so let's go to Pisces. What does Pisces need to hear this week? Don't get stuck on anything from your past, Pisces. Don't get stuck on anything from your past. Don't get stuck on anything from your past, man. That's it, Pisces, because you're going through some expansion and some growth right now. If you try to take anything from your past in the future with you, like you're going to be disappointed. And I honestly, I don't think, Pisces, that you're aware of like how fast you're changing. And like you're going to rapidly outgrow people, situations, places, things. It's kind of like, if you had a job that was, being a warehouse truck unloader and you had good camaraderie with your boys, but like most of them were just, I mean, I hate to use this example, but like they went to high school and that was it as far as education level. But you, for whatever reason, you like got the degree, you could get a job at Apple at any time, and you decide to work there. Good camaraderie. You're like, oh, this is great. This is happy. But then you like got this opportunity to, hey, Apple's like, we want to hire you. And you're like, oh, I know some boys who could come here. But you're like going through a huge evolution, how you see the world, how you see yourself, how you view relationships. So if you try to take any of them along with you, it's just going to like, it's either going to lead to disappointment. They may not like the job, or going to be like, oh, dude, like you're my dog. You're my homeboy. Crap, I didn't realize this environment wasn't good for you. I didn't realize I had gone through so much expansion to like get here. Let me use a different example. You're part of the buffet club, and then something happens and you're like, oh my God, I need to get in shape. Sometimes it takes people 2 years to get the right mindset to be able to lose weight. For you, whatever reason, it's happening quite swiftly right now. And you're like, oh, I literally just have to like meal prep on Sundays, a little bit on Wednesday, and then I'm good to go all week. But then your other friends who are used to going to the buffet with you and then to the movies, they're like, what are you doing? You're like, oh, meal prepping, guys, come meal prep. If you try to come meal prep with me and they're not ready to, they're gonna be like, what are you doing? We always go to buffet. Why are you like changing things? And then like another couple of weeks go by and now you've got your meal prep done and now you go on hikes. But you've already had like 2 months of hiking activity built up, and you like tell your old friend like, oh my God, you should come with us. It's so much fun. But then this person hasn't been working out at all. You've been working out for 2 months and you're like, oh crap, my new friends are like pissed because we're slowing them down. I feel bad for my old friend. So it's going to be some sort of disappointment. It's going to be like you're not just aware of how fast you're changing. So what's the advice? Yeah, okay. The advice is to allow yourself to like feel good about the changes you're making and like finish the changes. Don't try to rush to action. Don't try to rush to include people in your life right now or on the journey with you. Just keep allowing the change and the shift to happen. And don't try to clue people in right now. What a blunt message. I'm curious. Give me some comments down below, Pisces. What's going on? All right, guys. I hope that helped you. Hope you guys all have a good week. Don't forget, you could always, I go live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern time right here on YouTube with free mini reads. So come hang out. Lots of love, guys. Bye.